So it probably never gets more mysterious than this one combination, Rahu in 8th house. Hello and welcome friends to Picture Astrology. Today we will learn about placement of Rahu in the 8th house of the horoscope, which probably constitute to be one of the most enigmatic placement in Vedic astrology. And in next few minutes we will try to understand the secret behind this particular placement of Rahu, understand what impact it can give you in practical life, especially as it relates to person's character, wealth and also health, because this placement of Rahu can have some rather strange characteristics. So 8th house is one of the most secretive houses in the horoscope, and Rahu is a foggy, smoky personality, and therefore combination of these two makes Rahu in 8th house one of the most puzzling and difficult to understand situation. Now, as I always say, that 8th house is like a spark plug in your system. So spark plug usually provides the initial push to start the system, to start the engine, and it shows what can make you get going in life, things which will spring you to life immediately. And placement of this Rahu here can make people very unpredictable, because you never know what is something they will be excited about and what they may not be excited about. But in most cases the word extreme can define this placement very well. People with this placement sometimes can have extreme occult interest. In Eastern culture, many people who have this Rahu supported, as always, we have always said in my previous videos in which I have explained the fundamentals of Rahu and Ketu, that they are accelerators and catalysts. So if horoscope is even leaning slightly towards it, then they can get into extreme occult practices. Different kind of practices like mantra sadhana, or even some of the aghora practices, and practices to invoke the kundalini is something which comes into the domain of 8th house as well as Rahu. So the placement of 8th house Rahu can certainly push people, and with little bit help of other planets in the chart, they can get into extreme kind of mystic practices. Now if the horoscope does not suggest that, then they can simply have some kind of fanatical interest. There could be just a simple hobby, but they may pursue it very fanatically, and it can give unusual hobbies, unusual things or unusual interest, and those unusual interests can be pursued with extreme zeal by these people. At times it could be even things like collecting cigars. I've seen people, or at least one chart, the guy used to like to collect different kind of cigars. So overall, definitely this gives some kind of eccentricity, eccentric behavior in the person, and they could pursue them with extreme zeal also. And depending upon the inclination of the chart, it could range from occult practices, extreme occult practices, on to something, just like pursuing some kind of an hobby. And another thing which other people can experience with this kind of personality is they can be sometimes tedious. And by tedious I don't mean boring. What I mean is they can have extreme likes and dislikes. There could be some things which they really like, there could be some things which can be some which they really dislike, and they could be unadjusting, uncompromising. They don't like to compromise on what they like or what they don't like. So if they don't like certain setup or certain meeting, they will simply walk out of it. And that kind of stubbornness can be present in people with this placement. And if utilized properly, that stubbornness or single pointedness can be helpful in achieving their goals, or at worst, people can get, a sort of tedious experience dealing with these people. Now, another very important and common aspect of 8th house Rahu is genetic issues and genetic problems. Now, again, remember, as I have described in my earlier or initial videos of Rahu-Ketu series, which you can refer to, that Rahu and Ketu, they are catalyst. If I am saying it can show genetic issues, that doesn't mean it will always show genetic issue. The horoscope has to show indications of that. But since 8th house and Rahu, they both represent your genes, this placement can easily show some disease which carries forward in the family tree. Now that, depending upon the aspect and association on this Rahu, it could be heart problem, it could be diabetes, or it could be any other issue which can sort of run in the family, and person can get those problems, especially in old age. I'm going to talk more about old age because of, or impact of old age because of this Rahu in next few minutes. However, in people who inherit this kind of issues, this Rahu placement is not uncommon at all. Now another very common aspect is issues with excretory part of the body, things like hernia, piles, constipation, sometimes a serious level of it, or issues which are difficult to fathom or find root cause of. Those are also possible because of this placement of Rahu. Now one of the key things to understand is 8th house also shows your state in the old age. So among other things, 8th is the indicator of how your overall life could be in the old age, and therefore these health issues and sometimes even money related issues could arise because of this Rahu in the later part of your life. So anyways, keeping a healthy lifestyle, keeping a healthy body and saving money is imperative for all of us, but especially if you have this placement of Rahu. And you can get the indications of how Rahu is behaving around 40ish year of your life, because that's when Rahu starts getting maturing. Or keep in mind those 1.5 year of time every 18 years when Rahu moves over your natal Rahu position. So in the transit, when Rahu is transiting over your natal Rahu placement or in your 8th house, just observe how or what kind of health issues, what kind of mood swings, temperamental issues or money related issues you are facing, and those could be a good indicator of how you need to prepare, especially for your old age. So friends, this was my quick analysis of Rahu in 8th house. Hope this would have given you some practical tips and new understanding of this placement. Please do like and subscribe to my channel to continue to get updates like this. Thank you so much for being with us so far, and we really hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.